I feel like the trend with these Rebirth books, we haven't had one over a 4 in a while.
Well, we launched strong with the
Yeah.
your Supermans, your Batmans, your Flashes, your Wonder Womans, your Green Lanterns, and now we're into the Blue Beetles, the Deathstrokes, the Suicide Squads, and when we get to Ambush Bug Rebirth, we're gonna start in the 1s, 1.5s.
I, of course, read it online, and this is my first time having a physical book, so it's so awesome. It's a pleasure to feel it, to smell it, and to look at it in its physical form. So yes, I'm all about the tangibility of books. So the web is usually not my friend when it comes to reading books, but it was when I read it. So check it out, Rice Boy, Evan Dahl. Really cool, really good book.
I guess creme de la creme of this shop is the 50-cent comics in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you want, I can go ahead and show you the back room.
We also have keys on the rack in the middle of the store.
Yes. So they would be right behind you.
And the boxes that are on the wall in the front room are all silver and bronze. Priced
Tokyo Ghost Volume 1. And the art in this one is just phenomenal. I mean, the details of everything in the like scenery and the like cool settings and cities and nature like cities that's covered in nature, and like this is so cool, like a really cool dystopian. And it's a lot of full frontal nudity, male nudity, and that's quite uncommon, I think, so that was fun. And the characters are really interesting, and I really like the bad guy that's like, he's talking all these kind of internet slang that's, I don't know, 5 years old, sort of. So I thought it was a bit weird, but then they called him a millennia nostalgic, so they actually got away with him talking like this, and I thought that was really clever.
The core concept is utopia. It's a well-known trope in science fiction literature, but also in philosophical discussion. From the beginning of philosophy, when you take Plato up to the modern age with Karl Marx, and there are so many philosophers dealing with the question: how do we organize a state? How do we have a society which is both just on the one hand, and on the other hand makes their citizens happy, because this is what a society or a state is supposed to provide for you.
I think, in my opinion, this has got to be one of the best Hellboy busts out there, I think. Simply because of the likeness as well.
Doom Patrol has such a wide variety of crazy characters. Adding more is always a risk, because you don't want it to be just there for another crazy character, but these feel like they're needed and awesome. I fit in perfectly. Casey, from her first few words, won me over. That's the other thing, the wording that Gerard Way uses in this captures this frenetic pace and this really like punk rock excitement style that is just oozing throughout this entire issue, and has me so excited for where it goes in the future.
I expect this to be coherent. It's Doom Patrol that no one has cared about since the 80s, and it's being written by Gerard Way, the same guy who wrote Hesitant Alien. There's no way it can be coherent, but is that really a bad thing? Well, the fact that I've defended it up until now should probably tell you the answer to that. No, of course it's not a bad thing, because Gerard knows what he's doing. You see, okay, Gerard likes to pull from old comic books, especially Silver Age comic books, where, as I'm sure we all know, not much made sense. And that's not even necessarily a bad thing, because it made the stories really entertaining. Cheesy, yes, but entertaining.
Neil Adams' first Batman work is Detective 370. I got this for $10, and the cover's attached. No major creases, no rips really that I saw. Just a lot of spine wear. But
here you can see a quote also because I was listening a lot to a band, My Bloody Valentine. And I love, love, love how these words fit together with Minko's artwork. And in here you can see a little homage, tribute also to the character Hellblazer, with whom I identify a lot.
I thought Jared Leto did an average performance as the Joker. I wasn't terribly fond of this kind of hip-hop gangster vibe he had, and let's be fair, he had a really tough act to follow. That doesn't free him from criticism, however. I was particularly disappointed that that scene where the Joker said he wasn't going to kill them, but they were going to hurt them real bad, turned out to just be Harley Quinn during his escape attempt. Personally, I was hoping that it would have been a flashback scene about the death of Robin.
The coloring took away from it. That's more
What is
of a
it you don't
process
like
thing.
about it?
I just thought that it was a little too. I mean, Collins has got a very clean line, and I've been a fan from him since going back to the Flash and that sort of thing. I felt as if the coloring was just a bit too on the bright, simplistic side, and there wasn't as much subtle definition. Where and maybe just because I want Collins from back when he did the Flash run when it was still printed on newsprinty and that sort of thing.
If you want scratchy Collins.
Yeah, I want scratchy, muted Collins, not bright, singular. I don't know. There's a lot of rosy cheeks and things like a little embellishments on the color side that I don't necessarily want to see in the coloring. I'd rather see in the pencils.